Hello YouTube and welcome to Turmoil on the Toybox. I'm your host Aaron Hauser, and today we're going to be reviewing the NECA Series 1 Rocky figure set. These are both the battle damage versions of Rocky Balboa and Apollo Creed. We'll start off with the Apollo Creed figure here. I chose specifically to get the battle damage variants just because, one, I thought they had kind of more appeal. Just to me personally, I thought they looked cooler. And two, specifically, I really was not impressed with the regular version of Rocky that NECA had created for this Series 1. It looked nothing like Sylvester Stallone, and I don't know, I just thought it was kind of ridiculous they went to all that trouble to get the licensing rights to Stallone's image for this figure line and then have it look like complete crap. But for some reason, the battle damage variant, I think this actually looks more like Stallone than the regular one. But yeah, both of the Apollo Creed figures that I've seen, I think they look just like the actor that portrayed him in the first film. I want to say he was in the first and the second film. You'll have to forgive me, it's kind of been a while since I've watched the Rocky films through. But as far as this figure goes, it's phenomenally well sculpted. It's got all sorts of articulation on it. You've got multiple articulation points in the feet here. The toes actually pivot up. They're kind of tight, but you can pivot at the toes, at the lower ankle, and then it also tilts up and down as well as left and right. He's got articulation at the knees, sort of like the newer Predator figures. And that actually looks pretty good. As far as like hip rotation, he has some flexibility in and out and kind of back and forth, but these the rubber shorts that he has on, it kind of inhibits any real movement back and forth, so you know, you're going to have him in this kind of stance anyways for display most likely, so it's not that big of an issue. As far as from the waist up, he has this really interesting pivot mid-torso. I'll kind of give you a look at that. Honestly, I probably could have done without this. I think it adds some cool flexibility to the figure, but it's just oddly placed to have this kind of this little like slit in the middle of his gut there. So I don't know, that's just my thoughts on it, but either way, I think it still looks cool. For his arms, he's got articulation in the elbows, in the shoulders, full flexibility there. In the wrists, he can only flex so much, but it is on somewhat of a ball joint. It can do 360. You can flex it up and down. It'll kind of hold that. And then he's also got, his head is on a ball joint at the top of the neck for this one. A lot of good flexibility there. So yeah, with all those new articulation additions that they've put into these characters, you can get some pretty cool stances out of these guys. Give you kind of a close-up look here. I will say this, NECA has really upped their game for the paint application. With these two figures, I was kind of expecting, you know, something along the lines of what happened with the last couple series with the Predators and the Gremlins, where just different things were just kind of messed up here and there, and I really didn't have high expectations. But NECA's done a really good job cleaning up paint application on this, which is real nice. But yeah, overall, really well done. I love the definition that they put into like the shoes and the socks and everything. I thought that was kind of cool. They went all out on these figures. I mean, they even got the rights to put like the brand names, like it says Casanova on his boxing gloves there, and then Rocky has the Everlast logo on his shorts there, and then the Casanova also on his He's also got the little insignia for his shoes, too. But yeah, here's the battle-damaged Rocky Balboa variant. The paint application on this is just great. I love this. The way that they got it to look, just the bruise just looks real shiny and bloodied, and his hair looks just sweaty and messy, and they did a great job with this one. You can't really see much for the eyes on this one, just because, you know, if you've seen the film, his eyes, he's practically blind at this point. So you kind of got these little, like, dots there for his eyes. So if you get the figure and you're like, what the fuck, he has no eyes, that's kind of why. But a lot of really cool detail went into this one as well. He's got kind of the blood over his mouthpiece there. His mouthpiece is kind of hanging out just because his jaw's all messed up. He's got the blood kind of dripping down his neck and chest there, and kind of some smeared there and over his shoulder. He's also got it like all over his boxes and his back there, and yeah, if you look at that, like the detailing on the muscles and the bruises all over there, it's just insane. Really, really good paint application on this one as well. I did have a problem, though, with one thing on this figure, which was the joints on this one were just locked in place, just because I don't know if the paint was wet when they put the pieces together or what, but the paint had kind of glued it in place almost on the knee joint, so you kind of had to gently bend the knee joint so you didn't just snap it and break the leg completely. And then on the back of the leg here, like on this leg, it's also very tight. So that's where you can see, like right there, he's got kind of some exposed plastic there. But like I said, with Apollo Creed, if you have him kind of in this stance for display, you know, you're not really going to notice it as much. But yeah. Same articulation goes for this one. Flexibility in the toes, ankles, knees, somewhat in the hips there. He's still got that torso joint. This I thought was kind of cool that they had the blood kind of interconnected between those joints, so you can actually have it, regardless of if he's kind of up or down there. It looks like the skin's still kind of connected there, which is neat. But yeah, really, really cool figure. Really glad I got these. I'm really looking forward to seeing the next Rocky series that NECA puts out. I think that'll be a really cool line as well. I know they've got who was the other ones? They've got Ivan Drago, and I want to say they have Clubber Lang coming too, Mr. T's character. So those will be cool to look out for. But overall, these are really cool figures, and even if you're not a Rocky enthusiast, if you really like NECA's figures, I would definitely suggest getting these guys. They're very well done. I believe they're out now at Toys R Us, and you can get them online at a variety of places. I ordered mine through Amazon.com and got them for about... the battle damage versions were actually a bit more expensive. I got each of these for about, I want to say they were like $20 each with free shipping. But you should be able to find both of these at Toys R Us. Although I have a feeling the battle damage ones will be sold out a lot quicker than the regular version. So. Yep, that's about it. If you have any other questions about the figures, just leave a note in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. And check out some of my other reviews. As always, thanks for watching.